All right. Hey, everyone out there. We are so excited to be here today. My name is Dr. Summer Watson, and I'm here with the rest of the KORE Mentorship Solutions team. We're going to get right into this because we want to make sure that we have time for questions at the end of our what we are talking about today. I'm trying to get us live on right now. I'm trying to get us live on Instagram. Um, all right, so I will have to switch back and forth because I'm not seeing that we're getting
On
live.
Instagram?
Yeah, on Instagram. So forgive me, and I want to make sure that we're live on LinkedIn. So just one second. Yep, we're live on LinkedIn, but we are not going live on Instagram for some reason.
Oh,
So let's just get started and roll right into this. So again, my name is Dr. Summer Watson. I'm the CEO of KORE Women LLC, and today we're here to talk about KORE Mentorship Solutions, which is really a groundbreaking cross-generational mentorship program designed to build bridges among 5 generations. Yes, 5 generations in the workforce today. The first being traditionalists, then it goes on to baby boomers, Gen X's, millennials, and Gen Zs, with a sixth generation soon to join us, Gen Alpha. So we're talking about a lot of different generations. And this program, the KORE Mentorship Solutions Program, which is also referred to as KMS, we're really drawing off of Dr. Alfred Adler's principles of psychology. So KMS really redefines mentorship by removing the traditional power imbalance and eliminating the concept of mentee. So usually with a mentorship program, we see mentor, mentee. Today, we're talking about only mentors and removing that power imbalance. So instead, every participant in this program is both a mentor and a learner, fostering an equitable exchange of knowledge and experience. And this is what we're so excited about because this particular program really lays the foundation for something new and dynamic in regards to really shifting the cultural changes that can influence a healthy, happier workforce. So this is, as I said, guided by Adlerian concepts. Now, I want to give you a little background on me. I've been in the human services field for 30 years. I've been an Adlerian, somebody who follows Alfred Adler's principles of psychology for about that same time frame. So this really is the foundation for this new program, which is guided by Adlerian concepts and principles. So KMS really recognizes that people are driven by social connections, again, the workforce, right? Purposeful behavior. They want a purpose. They want to feel connected in a community, and the desire to really overcome obstacles to thrive. So we all want to thrive, right? And we all have experienced obstacles. So by promoting what I call a flat or horizontal flexible structure, we really are enhancing transparency, we're enhancing empathy and understanding and mutual respect, which are all principles of Adlerian therapy, where we can create a safer and more inclusive work environment. And that work environment also becomes more dynamic. So we're really in this program trying to connect more seasoned professionals with emerging talent, where we're fostering retention, trust, and open communication. So together, as participants, we can break down silos, solve problems collaboratively, and really innovate in ways that transform the workplace dynamics. So as we go through today, please, if you have any questions, ask them. We are here to answer them. But I want to mention just a couple more things. The goals and benefits of this program, which are really important, which are to create collaborative environments where participants learn and grow. And yes, I might have touched on that general brief narrative that I just went through, but we really are Our goal is to create a foundation where all participants can learn and grow together and collaboratively, and to build bridges across generational gaps, which we're seeing a lot of those gaps, but no bridges being built at this time. And this is really different than what somebody might call reverse mentorship. And I had mentioned one of the reasons why, but I'm going to get more clear about this right now. Why this isn't reverse mentorship is because we're taking out that power differential. We're trying to replace that with, again, that flat, really flexible and horizontal structure where we're omitting mentee, we're letting go of the ego and really helping build that bridge. And so these are some of the benefits. And again, this will enhance retention, communication, and adaptability in the workplace. One more thing I want to mention, why this is important for businesses. And this is really critical. So lean in. It increases employee retention and satisfaction, which is really important during this time of transition. We have a lot going on in our community today, a lot of changes happening, and to help with that transition. And again, I could go deep into the clinical aspects of transition at 3, 6, 9, 12-month mark, but we're not going to do that today. What I can say is this really increases employee satisfaction and retention. It helps, really organizations go through some adaptability and changes really when we're looking at diverse perspectives. So it really gives that foundation to help employees bring forth their diverse perspectives because you're creating safe spaces when you implement this program. And it also enhances culture and technological fluency across your teams. Now, enough from me. I'm going to pass this over to Jen, who is our Chief Marketing and Program Consultant.
Thank you, Summer. So, hello to everybody out there. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited that you get to meet the team and to tell you about this incredible mentorship program that we've been developing. And as you heard Summer talk about why there's a need for it, as some of you know, we do also have another show, The Emotional Entrepreneur. And one of the things that we've talked about in that show often is how people are dissatisfied and how they want so much more from their workplace, from their leaders, their managers. They want to really have a great culture in their company, in their workplace. And so, we all did a survey, and one of the things that was really interesting is to see the results of it. And so we found that there was this need. We found that people are looking for, hey, how can we be supported? How can we participate more in the company? And how do we do this? They're looking to leadership, and then we find that leadership is like, oh, how do I do this? And so we realized that there was a gap, and this is why, one of the many reasons why we are bringing together the KMS Mentorship Solutions program, because we saw that there was a need for this, and that, also with what Summer said, based on the Adlerian approach, there's a foundation there. And so we're really excited to see how we can create this connection between not only upper management directors, and then also the employees and the teams, but across the board, how do we increase the communication? Because when people are happy at work, then we're more motivated to participate. We're more motivated to show up and then do our best. And it just makes for a great place to, work and thrive and foster and do your best. So we're super excited to be able to provide this and support both leadership and both employees, because everybody in this program is a mentor in some sorts. So again, want to emphasize that this is not a reverse mentorship program, but that everybody has something to offer, and that's what we're most excited about. So with what I do is I support the group with marketing, and one of the things that I wanted to also bring up is that we decided to focus on three different industries, and so that's tech, medical, and higher education. And we did the research, and we saw that that is where we could be the strongest and provide the most value for those companies. So those are the industries that we are focusing on. And then we have some experience in those different arenas. So that was another reason why we wanted to be focused. The other thing that's really exciting about the program is that this is very high touch, and it's very unique. It's not this cookie cutter thing. It's not this like, hey, there's a bunch of modules and courses, and here you go, good luck. It's customized. And when if your company is in a situation where you're looking for support, and how can you increase the communication and helping everyone get along, how do you do that? We can take you through a mini assessment, and that will allow you to see, like, okay, these are where the gaps are. Where do we identify where we can improve in these different areas? And so we have a process in place for all that to be identified, and so we can
You
walk
through
you
a mini
through that.
assessment, and that will allow you.
God, I did it again. Sorry, Jen. Go
I'm
ahead.
hearing
Sorry.
myself again.
I know. I'm
Grace of God.
sorry. I got us on Instagram. Sorry.
Okay, we're connected on Instagram now.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
that's okay. It's all right. That's the beauty of live. You just
Right.
go with what goes. All right. You can't get caught up in the mistakes. It's like welcome to the real world. So you just
Right.
flow with it. It's so fun. So yeah, we focus on those 3 different industries. And again, like I was saying, this is high touch. This is customized, and that's why we are intentional about sitting down with you and identifying what your leadership and management needs, and then what are your people saying? What is it that they need? But everybody's busy, so how do you facilitate all of this? And that's where KMS comes in, that we help not only help you guys bridge the gap between the generations and between management and employees and teams, but also we provide that connection where we're providing that support and to walk you through this so that you know how to implement this across the board in your company and to increase culture. So those are the different things, and I'm trying to see if there was anything else that I need to mention about the program. But I think I'll just close with we're here to support everybody in the company, working closely with leaders to understand organizational challenges and the goals before designing the mentorship solutions that we can provide, and then as well as identifying what are your people saying. What is it that they need to feel supported? Because people want to be loyal. If they feel supported, if they feel that there's growth opportunities, people are loyal. We want to increase all of that to make it just a positive environment. So that is, in a nutshell, a big picture overview on what KMS can provide. And without further ado, I would love to pass the mic on to Chastity. She is our communications and recruiting specialist. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Jen. Super excited to be here. As Jen mentioned, my name is Chastity, and I'm the communications and recruiting specialist. And that just means that I am the initial point of contact for you all. So if there is interest out there with your company and learning more about the program and getting more in depth with things, I am that initial point of contact for you. So what I do, I also do proactive outreach to companies to connect with them, to gauge interest, and I take you through the initial steps, which include a mini intake assessment to see what the needs are at the basic level and the fundamentals of what you're needing, because this program truly is tailored to your company in particular. We want to see what those needs are to see how we can best address them and tailor this program to the needs that you have. And one of the ways that you can reach out and connect with me is via LinkedIn. If you're interested in learning more or getting connected with the program, you can find me on there at Chastity Duyan, or you can connect with us via email at KORE Mentorship Solutions at gmail.com. So those are the initial 2 ways that you can connect with us. And I'd like to kind of reemphasize that this program is important because we're looking at fostering authentic connections as we help to bridge the generational gaps. As we mentioned, there are 5, currently almost 6 generations in the workforce. And when it comes to that, we're looking to help bridge those authentic connections through having each person being a mentor and everyone absorbing and learning. And we like to do that by providing the mentorship program, but also through leadership. So we provide leadership development through facilitators and coaches who have been vetted to connect with this program and to provide assistance to your company in terms of a variety of different leadership topics. And with that, I will pass it along to our community and program development consultant, Sarah, who happens to be the head of all of our program facilitators.
Thanks, Chastity. Hey, everyone. Thanks for the intro. So yeah, I am, as Chastity said, the community program development consultant for our wonderful facilitators here at KORE Mentorship Solutions. And my focus is supporting these facilitators and growing a vibrant and engaged community. Community and Adlerian psychology is at the heart of what we do, and that's definitely triggered into our facilitator community as well. And with that, I really want to emphasize that we also, at the core of having facilitators be the heart of the program, we also emphasize our facilitators' strengths, unique contributions. As Chastity mentioned, they're well vetted, experts in their respective spaces, and they bring such value and engagement with companies in those three fields that we've mentioned so far. And then really their passion for working with folks to bridge gaps, seek alignment, streamline systems, right? All the things that we need to keep the ball rolling down the hallway, for a lack of a better analogy there. But the facilitators are a great group of folks, and the facilitator team is growing, and I'm the point of contact for that. So if you have any questions about potentially becoming a facilitator yourself, you're welcome to reach out to me via LinkedIn. And happy to talk more about what that means. And one of my favorite parts about working with the facilitators, especially this early on with the program, which is very exciting, is one of the things this program emphasizes and that I have true in my work as well, is feedback for improvement. And the facilitators definitely really excited to build this engaging community with them.
Well, this is so exciting. I'm so excited to be here with the team. So thank you, team, for being here. This is really something special. This is something special because I've never seen anything like this before in the mentorship world. And I've been a mentor, I've been mentored, and yes, I've had some incredible mentorship. And I've had some great mentorship that was based on Adlerian therapy, or psychology. And I've come up the ranks of human services for many years, utilizing the principles of Adlerian psychology. And it's about community. It's about this core community. Like KORE Women, it's about the core community. It's about really helping other communities, workforce communities, build their communities in similar ways, where you have open dialogue, you're breaking down silos between people so the communication is enhanced. You're really fostering retention and commitment to the company. And guess what? People feel valued. They feel like they have a purpose when these things happen. And a lot of research has gone into, just so that you know, Adlerian psychology. It goes way back with Freud, where Alfred Adler deviated from Freud, and he separated from him. He said, because Freud, there's so much more. There's so much more than the subconscious. There's so much more than the psychosexual, so to speak. And Alfred Adler was one of our first humanistic psychologists, where he said, we need to look at how we're functioning as a community more holistically. And so as I began to develop this with this incredible team, I began to look at how are we making this a holistic system, right? What does that look like? How can we support one another? And how can we bring in other people from our communities who are doing wonderful things as facilitators out there in community? How can we give back and support them as well? And so that's why this is so different and so unique in regards to a mentorship program, because not only are we helping companies build out their mentorship programs, because from Fortune 50 to Fortune 500 companies, most companies say they have a mentorship program. But what is not being captured in the research is, are these just casual? Yes, we have something that we call a mentorship program, or is it something that is actually more structured? And many times I don't see, based on even our more recent surveys, I saw a lot of responses where it's not structured. It's just a casual, quote unquote, mentorship program. So we are bringing something that is more structured. It's high touch, as Jen said. It's something where we are really actively involved, and we're not going to let you falter. We're going to be right there saying, hey, maybe we can try it this way, or we've got a program that gives you these guidelines, but what works for your community is going to look a little different from the next community and the next community. So we are here to help you really establish a program for your system, for your structure, for your community. And again, this program is very high touch. It's very different. And again, we're going to help you work through that, not just by building a mentorship program, but how are we going to support your mentors as they function through this program, by bringing in the leadership coaches, by having them facilitate workshops and talks that are going to help support this program and your community. But first, just like Chastity said, she is the person that you're going to have the initial connection with. She's going to go through a mini assessment with you and gather the information to really understand where you are right now and how you're functioning. And then once you're committed and you want to sign on, or you want to know more about it, you'll be passed off to Jen, to Jen and I, and we'll go through more of what the program's about. And once you sign on, we're going to take you through a deeper dive and do a deeper needs assessment. So it just doesn't stop with one mini assessment. We continue to survey what's going on throughout your community, throughout the program. So, and this is a year-long program, and we would like that investment from the companies that sign up. So at this time, I want to leave it up to, are there any questions for those who are watching currently, and also the team? If you have something else to mention that maybe I didn't touch on, please do. Anybody?
Oh, I have a question, and any of you can answer it. Can we explain how we selected our facilitators, and what was our criteria? Because I would like for us to share, the level and caliber of quality of the people that we have helping facilitate these workshops.
I can do that.
Go for
Unless
it.
somebody else. Okay. So really what I did is I have a community that I'm closely connected with on Instagram, on in person, on LinkedIn. And what I did was I looked through that community, and knowing the people and being closely related, connected to those people, I decided to start reaching out. And because I knew them for not just, a month, but many years, I started reaching out to these different facilitators, coaches, speakers, and I asked them, would you be interested in helping support this type of program, where we're working with different companies across these three particular areas: higher ed, healthcare, and technology. And they were jumping on board. They were so excited. And the people that I was reaching out to are TEDx speakers, are folks that have worked in many of these different arenas that I've touched on, and have had experience with large organizations, with state organizations, with county organizations, with federal organizations, where they've been speakers, they've been workshop developers and program managers. They've done so many things. They've been highly vetted, and they've jumped on board. They were so excited to be a part of this process. So I'm so excited to have them as a part of this team, where Sarah could speak, of course, more to how that's developing and how excited they are. So thank you for asking, Jen.
Yeah, and I'll just jump in there. The enthusiasm with this team is like, woo! It's very exciting to be part of, for sure. And I'm in the middle of putting together a facilitator hub, one-stop shop for resources and community building further, with everyone, which is very excited as we build out this dynamic and well-rounded team. and looking at some community engagements and opportunity to collaborate with each other. Really, because at the core of what we're doing, right, bridging gaps, our facilitators also are upskilling themselves, even though they're pretty like up there in experience. We always have something to learn, right? And it's very exciting to facilitate the facilitators engagement. So thanks for asking that question, Jen.
And you can also take a look at when you start working with a facilitator with our program, you can take a look at their LinkedIn profile, and it really does. Many of them speak for themselves, and they've just got a lot of experience, a lot of history. They've worked with other companies. They come to us highly vetted. They are all people that I know. So, Chastity, I know that you talked about your role, you being that first person. So how can you explain how you connect with folks out in community, what that looks like for you? And then what would be your follow-up if somebody says, hey, I'm interested? What would you do then?
Yeah, definitely. So I pride myself actually on being a connector, and have always loved to schedule things like, coffee chats with individuals on LinkedIn to connect with them. But with this program, what I do, I've built quite a community on LinkedIn. So I've been, connecting with, as Dr. Watson mentioned, people that I know and different companies that I've been familiar with, and connecting with them and letting them know about this exciting program that we have, and entering into those different sectors that Jen mentioned. We're connecting with those in healthcare and in tech and also in higher education. And I actually have a background in working in all of those industries. So what I love to do is, to connect with individuals who are in those industries and to speak with them about those needs that they have within their companies, because there's so much growth that can happen. And with what we mentioned before, it's not a reverse mentorship program at all. So there's not the top to bottom connection or the bottom to top connection, but this is more of a free flowing channel of communication and authentic connection, because each person is a mentor. And so what I do messaging on LinkedIn, and I've also connected with people via email, as well as connecting with people out and about in the community. So if you'd like to connect with me, I'd be happy to do so. As I mentioned, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, or email us at KORE@gmail.com.
Perfect. And before we close out, because we have run our time here, can you go around and maybe we'll start with you, Chastity. Can you just tell people a little bit about yourself and your background in like 30 seconds?
Yeah, very quickly. So I come from a background of working in recruiting and also being a career coach in higher education. My recruiting experience, as I mentioned, is in tech and healthcare. And I also am currently working for a company that deals with sports betting, so huge sports person, and currently hold a couple master's degrees, one in counseling and psychology. So super familiar with Alfred Adler and love his holistic theory that he's come up with. And also have a background in communications and organizational leadership. So yeah, a little bit about me. Hail from the great state of Alabama too. So
thank you,
pass it on to
Chastity.
Jen.
Jen? Good next. Hi, I'm Jen again, and I'm actually here in Los Angeles. And my background runs in finance, that's investments. And when I used to be a financial advisor, now more into the money mindset and psychology of money. And so I've been in that field for over 19 years. And then I have a background in graphic design and marketing. I've been doing that for over 25 years. So that's my experience. And I've also done a lot of work with financial companies, law firms, and a lot of startups. I've done a lot of work in person as well as virtual. So it's almost like every type of experience. And so it's wonderful to be a part of this team, bringing all our skills and everything that we're so good at together to provide this incredible program. All right, Sarah, take it away.
Thanks, everyone. Real quick, my educational background is in psychology. Big fan. And the past 3 years, I've been working with startups as well, with founders, early teams, organizing their operations in spaces like neurotech, edtech. software as a service. But I also have a background in healthcare. I used to be an EMT, working with patients, and was legal support for a dental support organization that really prioritized holistic health. So it's really exciting for me to be part of this program that's kind of tying all my interests together. Summer.
Well, thank you. And see, I just appreciate this team. We come to this team with so much skills, knowledge, and abilities, and we're sharing those. We are, again, here at this company at KORE Women LLC. We are living what it looks like to have a KORE mentorship solution. And so if you have any questions for us, please feel free to DM us on LinkedIn, or also send us an email. But with that said, I want to thank you for sharing your time with us today, and I hope you'll reach out to us to learn more about KORE Mentorship Solutions. Thank you, everyone. Take care.